Senator from Kansas.
I would ask unanimous consent to speak as if in morning business.
Without objection.
Mr. President, thank you. Yesterday I attended the funeral services. Raba and I, my wife and I, attended the funeral services of Ed Rolfs of Junction City, Kansas. I come today to pay honor to this Kansan, to this great individual, and pay tribute to his contributions to his community and to our state. Mr. Rolfs was born on December the 13th, 1924 in Junction City, Kansas, where he lived his entire life. He attended school there and graduated from Junction City High School, and then he attended the University of Kansas for his undergraduate degree, and then later received degrees from Columbia University and the University of Madison, Wisconsin. He was a lifelong student and was always busy. He was an avid reader, a researcher. He studied financial markets and economic trends, and he also stuck to his roots as a farmer, and he worked on the family farm until his passing this week. The community and state know him as a strong supporter of schools and education, and he continually supported scholarships and mentored many students, many young men and women in the Junction City area. He was a banker, and he began his career at the bank his father first started in 1915, Central National Bank. And in 1967, Ed was promoted. He was named president of the bank, and he served in that capacity for over 25 years. He saw a great deal of growth, expansion in the bank, and it spread from communities across the state and region. He was a president of a big bank, but he was a president of a community bank that had relationships with its customers. The banking community knew him to be a visionary leader, and he was, by many people's account, they described him having a brilliant mind. His impact on the bank was more than just the bottom line, and he took care and focused on his employees and their success. He was a dedicated member of the Junction City community. Junction City is a community that is surrounded by Fort Riley, and it's a community that understands the importance of civic engagement, understands the importance of caring for those who serve our nation and whose families often remain behind while that service occurs. He was active in his community. It's what you, Mr. President, and I know about many communities across our states in which people devote a significant amount of their time to making sure that good things happen at home. It's also a generational thing in which you see those the age of Ed who make certain that their life is more than just their careers. He was a member of the Rotary Club since 1950. He joined the Masonic Union Lodge in 1953, and he held the post as president of both the Rotary Club and the Junction City Chamber of Commerce. And he was engaged in the Highland Cemetery Association. He was president of the Central Charities Foundation. He was chairman, and he was a treasurer and trustee of the Kansas Council on Economic Education. I've known Ed for many years, and I, as well as those who honored him at his funeral service yesterday, described him as a humble man, despite his many successes, who kept quiet about those accomplishments. Over his lifetime, he received many awards, ranging from the Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year to the Governor's Arts Award of Kansas in 2007. He served his country in addition to his community. It makes us proud that he was a veteran of both World War II and the Korean conflict, and he was a 73-year member of the American Legion Post number 45. Serving and sacrificing for others is simply who Ed Rolfs was. Ed had a deep understanding of the temporary nature of life. He was a devoted and lifelong member of the First Presbyterian Church, where he served in various roles as treasurer. He was a member of the choir, he was a trustee, and he was a Sunday school teacher. A dedicated family man and a loving husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, Ed leaves behind his wife, Eunice, and I would use this as an opportunity to indicate to my colleagues that Eunice is the daughter of Frank Carlson, a former governor and United States Senator from Kansas. and they were married nearly 70 years. He has 3 children and 4 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren. One of the things I've observed is in judging a person on their abilities, their character, who they are as a human being, is what's their family like? And in every instance that I've had any dealings with Ed Rolfs and his family, you knew he was good at what was really important in life. He raised a good family. He and Eunice raised a good family. Ed represents the kind of values that our state was built on. His sense of care and compassion, his service to community, his country, his church and family have made our world, made the world and our part of the world a better place. He had a vision for a stronger community and a more prosperous Kansas, and he will continue to inspire me personally. Another observation is my attendance at the funeral services yesterday caused me to remind myself that the people that you hope come to your funeral service when it occurs are there because they admire and respect you. They honor you and the life you lived. Ed had a significant responsibility, a significant position in the community, but it is unusual to see so many people of all ages at a funeral. It wasn't about his position, it was about his relationship with those he knew and cared about. In the coming weeks, Rob and I will continue to keep Ed and his wife Eunice, along with their family and friends, in our prayers as we celebrated his life at the funeral services on Monday. May we continue to live our lives in a way that honors the way he lived his life. May Ed Rolfs rest in peace.